and the topic is contrails, the real contrails, not chemtrails, and how they are formed. Um, just real quick, I thought it'd be interesting to post chemtrail conspiracy theory. It's even in Wikipedia now. It's made the news. Even the weather folks on the news have to address it these days. I think it's funny, and they came up with a new. I made a video on this. They came up with a new cloud called contrail clouds. In Latin, it means man-made. I forgot the name they used, but anyway, for those of you who don't know, I was an air traffic. I began my career in the Navy as an air traffic controller, and then later I went on to help create the Airborne Early Warning Wing. But when I was an air traffic controller, we were trained uh, in air traffic control school how contrails are made, and there was never, ever, ever any mention of a contrail being formed the way they say they are today, which is the combination of water vapor in the aircraft engine exhaust and the low ambient temperatures that exist at high altitudes allow the formation of these trails. And it goes on about exhaust and other junk. And we were never, ever, ever taught this when I was in air traffic control school. As I say, back in my old earth, my old reality, this is what we were taught. We were taught that their formation, well, here it can also be triggered, but this, in my reality, my old reality, the old earth, I was on, the only way a contrail could be formed was changes in air pressure in the wind tip vortices or in the air over the entire wing surface. So that's how they were formed on my old Earth. And they show it here. This is a contrail being caused by the, what's that fancy word? The vortices, whatever, that fancy word, wingtip vortices. So that's how they were formed. And this is how they're formed. And we never, ever, ever saw any contrails coming out of the exhaust of aircraft. Might be interesting to know. Richie from Boston says that the way the newer aircraft engines, they have this recycling system. So in theory, it's impossible for the newer jets to cause contrails or chemtrails, either one. So apparently that's not possible with the newer jets. So only the older jets, according to Wikipedia and how this reality is, should be causing these exhaust contrails. But they do not exist in my old reality. So this is like a huge Mandela effect for me. I've known about it for years, obviously. And they were only formed off the wingtip. And to go to further state my claim, all air traffic controllers in the United States of America, maybe the world, I don't know, but when you work in the tower, which I did, I worked in radar and tower and base operations manager. Um, that's what you do in the Navy. You can't be trained in just one position. I don't know if it's true today, but the Air Force, you could choose a career path in radar room or the tower, and you didn't have to get trained in everything. But the way the Navy works, you have to be trained in base operations radar and the tower. You're trained in everything. So all air traffic controllers in the tower are certified weather observers. And the reason for this is because the meteorologists on the ground can walk outside, determine there's not enough visibility to safely land aircraft, and he closes the airport. But I'm in the tower. I'm 300 feet up in the air, and then there's just advection fog, known as ground fog, on the ground, and it's a clear day, 300 feet and above for all the aircraft. And so, in order to overrule the meteorologists on the ground, we have to be certified weather observers. We had to go through special training and testing, and well, I used to be, and I'm not anymore, but I was a certified weather observer. So, not only was an air traffic controller, not only was I a certified weather observer, you can just look up in the sky, and we never, our entire lives, ever saw a contrail coming out of the jet engine. It's just not something that happened in all reality. That's not how they were formed. They were only formed by the vortices of the wingtips, and you'd only see two little lines coming off of them. So that's a huge Mandela effect, how things happen differently. And, another example quickly about that is crickets. Crickets used to chirp with their legs, and that's how they made their chirping sound in reality. In this reality, no, they make their chirping sound with their wings. And I made a video on that a couple of years ago. So, the way crickets chirp happens differently in this reality. The way conch shells form is different in this reality. Um, I could go on and on. This reality is just, the physics is different here. That's a mind blower. The physics is actually different in this reality. A lot of the physics in my old reality does not exist in this reality. Maybe they just didn't discover in this reality. I don't know. But there's a lot of missing physics in this reality and different physics. So this, we're not just talking about, movie lines changing, people that are dead now are alive. People don't talk about the physics has changed and the way things happen are different. Crickets and contrails being one example. So there you go. It's mind boggling, you know. Crazy, crazy world we live in, I tell you that. So until next time, everybody, God bless, peace, and be well.